thinking about colors and shapes and sorting, here are some ideas using common materials, or you might have different ideas at home of things that you could use. I'm just showing you things that I could use. Remember, we have to just adapt things to our age groups, and of course knowing that in every classroom, kids are so different from one another. So we're just going to do our best and give them the ideas. All right, here are, my friends, the paint cards. I cut apart these paint cards, and you can do many things with them. I would encourage older kids to cut their own paint cards into strips. And I'm just using yellow today, but you can use whatever you'd like to. I saw Miss Kathy made a really cool rainbow craft, and you could easily use these kind of things for rainbows as well. But today I'm just using yellow. So I cut a bunch of strips of my paint cards, and I could give a challenge with some children to make their own shapes. Could you make a triangle? Could you make a rectangle? Could you make a square? With younger children, I would give them a template, which means I would draw it on the paper first and see if they could kind of trace it with the materials. Everything's blowing away. Paint strips, dry erase marker, or other marker and paper. Super simple. Kids can cut their own paint strips. Remember, this is excellent for fine motor skills. And for younger kids, you could have a template already with a shape. For older kids, you could challenge them to do it themselves without a template. I wonder what kind of shapes you can make with my paint strips. And they could create their own, oops, it's hard to do with one hand, their own 2D shapes. Older kids, older preschoolers, I would challenge them to do this even without a template and see if they can make their own shapes out of the paint strips. Children and anybody who knows how to use scissors should be cutting their own strips. So I cut mine here. I have a bunch of paint strips. I also have a bunch of pom-poms. Remember, if you don't have pom-poms at home, there's other things you can do. You can wad up tissues and put tape around them. You could use Play-Doh. You could make your own dough to make balls out of. I have some clothespins, and mine are on a card that have some dots here. And I also have my yellow chip clip and an ice cube tray. What child doesn't love a good race? In this activity, you could vary it by putting a timer on or doing a countdown if they need a little bit extra pressure. But all we're going to do here is some transferring. I'm going to use my chip clip, and I'd say to my child, oh, I want to find all the yellows. So if I had a lot of different colors out here, I could do some sorting by picking out just the yellows. I already sorted it for you, but you could help the children find out only the yellows in the pile. And I could use a clothespin or a chip clip, and I could say, ready, on your mark, get set, go. Here I go, here I go, here I go. I wonder if every bumblebee can have one, or every part of the ice cube tray could have one, or every cup could have one. How many can I do? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, I couldn't get that one in time. Let's see if all of the bumblebees have a yellow pom-pom. Oh, not all of them. That's okay. This is 1-to-1 correspondence. 1-to-1 correspondence. And again, for kids, you can do it. We just sorted the things by yellow. We did some fine motor activity by using a chip clip or a clothespin to transfer with. We're talking about the color of the objects. And now for kids who can use that counting with their fingers in 1-to-1 correspondence, we could see how many are full and how many are empty. Again, more math talk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are full. Full means the bumblebee gets to eat a pom-pom. Let's see how many are empty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can encourage the kids to do this at home with different colors. Maybe add some blues in there and have them just find the yellows. There's so much that you can do with trash, and you're already good at that.